in every race, but like
that's my point. So what's your point about whites?
Let me finish. Let me finish. Okay, I know last time I said that I like don't like a lot of white people. I'm not saying I hate every white person. I'm just saying like I don't like the stereotypical white person, like a Trumpy.
In Islam, you don't.
No, it has nothing to do with Islam. It's just culture.
In Surah 4, ayat 24, it specifically says that if a wife is disobedient, to abandon her in bed and smack her. Can a woman smack a man?
Nothing is more satisfying than watching a confident America basher get publicly dismantled in real time. This young hijabi woman came in hot, tearing into Trump, borders, and Western civilization as stolen land, only to unravel and start crying when Nick Matau calmly exposed the contradictions in her own thinking. It's raw, uncomfortable, and brutally revealing all at once.
I mean, I did vote for him because the other option was Kamala. Yeah, Kamala was awesome.
There was a green option too. Someone for the Green Party was there.
Yeah, I saw there was also Jill Stein, and she was even worse. I would actually vote for Kamala over her. Not that that's saying much, but...
Okay, but Trump is really abusing his powers.
Well, we have checks and balance system. I agree Trump does sometimes overstep some things that I don't particularly like, but the difference is I'd rather someone get something done and trust our process of checks and balances than somebody who won't get stuff done but maybe won't try to abuse their powers. And I know that's kind of a fucked up situation, and people will be like, yeah, but Nick, shouldn't you want someone that doesn't abuse at all? It's not about that. We have checks and balances. Our system is set up to make sure somebody cannot overstep too much. Okay, Trump is trying to get stuff done. He has closed the borders, which is good. He is deporting illegal immigrants, specifically criminal ones, which is very good.
No, he's deporting everybody.
If you are here illegally or you're here legally on a visa and you disrespect our country, you should be deported.
She's residing in the US, yet still questioning Trump's authority, and pushes the idea that America sits on stolen land, making borders and deportation somehow illegitimate. Watch how Nick gently but firmly tests her whole idea, before leveling it.
Not true, no.
Why wouldn't you want to deport people? Okay, why don't you want to deport illegal immigrants before we get into those on visa?
So how could you be illegal on stolen land?
So let me just ask you something real quick. So you don't believe anyone's illegal on any land?
Nobody's illegal.
Every land has been stolen and given back and stolen.
Not true. Iraq was not stolen. Iraq is the first and oldest country in the world. It was civilized, but it's not stolen.
Well, actually, there's a lot of people in Iraq today that don't link back to the indigenous people, but some do. So do you think those people have stolen it a little bit?
No, they were there first. I respect
some people do, but there's a lot of people that are in Iraq that aren't indigenous to Iraq.
I'm not. I'm an Arab, so I'm not indigenous to it, but like they're indigenous.
That's my point. So do you think it's kind of stolen because there's a lot of Arabs and others in Iraq?
It's just civilized.
Okay, well, I would say America is also civilized. I agree with you. America.
It is civilized, but not for the right.
So if all land is stolen throughout history, why single out America?
So you think Iraq is civilized for the right reason?
The land because they didn't know what to do, and they the whites bought it. The whites bought it from them.
What's wrong with that? The whites did what anyone else did. I don't understand why. I don't know what your thing is.
They didn't
have
to do that though. This is originally their land. Like, it's not the whites' land.
Okay, so they were slaughtering each other for the land too. I'm indigenous American. I am about 15% Apache. We were slaughtering each other as well. We were enslaving each other just because the whites came in and did also, I guess, kind of the same thing. Some of them did more diplomacy, but some of them, you're right, did do some really fucked up things. Why is that more worse? Just because their skin color is lighter, is what you're saying?
No, I don't think people should be getting killed over land or enslaved.
Sure, but you have a thing about whites specifically. What is it about whites that you have different? Everyone else was doing the same thing throughout all of the world. Arabs slaughtered countless people, raped, pillaged.
Okay, well, that's the bad Arabs. There's bad in every race, but like...
That's my point. So what's your point about whites?
Let me finish. Let me finish. Okay, I know last time I said that I don't like a lot of white people. I'm not saying I hate every white person. I'm just saying like I don't like the stereotypical white person, like a Trumpy, or like, you're illegal, get out of here. What are you doing on this land? I hate people like that.
Her responses reveal selective application. Conquest and migration are human constants, from ancient empires to tribal wars. Native American groups, including Apache, which Nick himself has ancestry from, fought and displaced each other long before Europeans arrived. Arabs expanded dramatically after the 7th century, spreading across the Middle East and North Africa through conquest. The discomfort arises when we apply the same moral lens everywhere, instead of reserving special judgment for the West. This selective historical memory weakens arguments from the beginning.
So you don't think we should deport illegal immigrants?
Depends on what they did.
Okay, so everyone that has been deported to this point has either been self-deportation, meaning they're telling the Trump administration that they will self-deport and they will come back the right way, okay? And that they actually help them, by the way. They help expedite it. And then the illegal immigrants who have been arrested and deported, they have all been criminals. If you go to the government's website right now on the DHS, they have a list, and it's literally thousands of pages, and you can go page by page and see every single person and what they were convicted of. Almost exclusively, it's child rapists, molestation, violent criminals. They are not wasting their time just deporting someone because they're illegal. They're trying to start, obviously, with the criminals. Do you support that?
Do I support what?
That they
Like
are
deporting
criminals?
No, because like they should be incriminated, not deported.
They are incriminated, and because they're not a
They should be
citizen
sent
here,
to jail.
they get deported.
Like if they robbed someone, they're not gonna.
So
they
you
shouldn't
want
be
the
deported.
American taxpayer to pay for them?
If you paid close attention, one thing Nick does is pressing on consistency, and that's as good as it gets. If bad actions by bad Arabs don't define all Arabs, why do bad actions by some whites define the entire American story? The lady admits bad actors exist in every group, yet her strongest dislike targets stereotypical Trumpy types who want to enforce borders. This shows a deeper issue we see often. Many criticize Western self-preservation while excusing or downplaying similar impulses elsewhere.
Well, no, but like if I like robbed a store, I don't think I should get deported for that. I should
You're
be
an
sent to jail for
American
that.
citizen.
Yeah, I was born here.
Right, so where would they deport you? I get you're Iraqi, but you're still an American, so of course you're right. You should go to
I could get
jail.
deported back to America.
Well, no, you're a citizen here.
No, Trump passed a law saying that anyone of immigrant parents can be sent back to the country they were from. Like I could get sent back to Iraq.
You're an anchor baby.
What does that mean?
It means your parents came here like illegally, but you were born here, so you have.
No, they were legally. They were legally here.
Then you're not part of that. Then you're fine.
They're citizens.
If your parents were citizens and you were born here, then you're not part of that. Trump is talking about people who came here illegally, had a kid, and so then they're like, is that a citizen because they were born on the land? And there's arguments about Amendment 14 specifically talking about if that applies or not. That's
well,
not
yeah, I don't
you.
think people should get married for citizenship or for papers.
Right.
They should get married out
so
of
you're
love.
good. So I agree with you. You shouldn't be deported because you're an American citizen, even if I don't agree with you at all, but you're an American citizen. But we're talking about people who are not from here. They're not supposed to be here. Why would we throw them in our jail for our taxpayer money to take care of, feed, medical care, etc.?
Notice how Nick draws a practical line on the issue of deportation, focusing first on criminals with records of violence, rape, and child abuse. Taxpayers shouldn't endlessly fund housing and care for people who entered illegally and then broke laws. Basic sovereignty requires this distinction. Treating every deportation as heartless ignores the difference between citizens and non-citizens, and between rule followers and rule breakers. Fair governance demands we protect the system that allows a prosperous, open society in the first place. If you value clear thinking over slogans and selective outrage, hit that like button right now and subscribe. We need many more conversations willing to follow logic wherever it leads.
Well, like, I think it's just stupid because the mass deportation thing, they're killing people, and I don't think people should get killed for documentation. And like, they're taking it too far. Like, ICE is taking it too far.
They're not going out and just killing people. There's obviously a lot of context there. There's a lot of people that are trying to rile up the ICE officers, throwing stuff at them, abusing them.
But that's not what you're supposed to do. That's assault and abuse. That's a crime.
What do you mean?
Like, you're not supposed to assault people. They're
I'm
assaulting
saying
people.
they're
They're
assaulting the
harassing
ICE officers. They're being very loud, putting right in their ear,
No,
extremely
ICE
loud
officers-
horns.
ICE
Yeah,
officers
so
are
the ICE
assaulting, they're
officers,
harassing.
go to arrest people and they resist arrest. And yes, sometimes people have been injured, and sometimes, unfortunately, it has caused death. What you should do is you should not do that, okay? If a police officer tells you, even if a police officer tells me, even if I was 100% innocent, police officer tells me, put my hands behind my head and turn around, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do that, because On the street is not the time to play out the judicial process. That is what the courts are for. That's where you should play out the judicial process, not on the streets with the officer who's just doing their job of arresting you. They're not the judge. Have you ever heard play stupid games, win stupid prizes?
Yeah.
Well, that's what...
You see, resisting lawful authority rarely ends well. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes applies universally. Nick notes measurable drops in violent crime and murder after targeting criminal illegals. Data like this should matter more than anecdotes. Societies that maintain clear borders and enforce laws tend to preserve higher trust and safety for everyone living inside them.
Y'all took our oil, didn't y'all?
Actually, we took zero oil from Iraq.
You stole all of our oil. That's why we're a third world country. It used to be a first world country.
You're a third world country because of Islam. You're a third world country because of Islam.
You're the reason why my country is suffering. Your country's bombing my country right now. And killing civilians.
Listen, if you have terrorists that invoke the name of Islam, right, then they deserve to die, and I have no problem bombing them, and I hope we continue to.
You have no problem bombing who?
The terrorist organizations.
But y'all killed everything and that. Y'all killed everyone. Like,
first off, I mean, that's just not true. But again,
Iraq is destroyed because of the United States.
Iraq is destroyed because of Islam. Iraq is destroyed because of Islam. Iraq just lowered the minimum.
Not because of Islam. No. Do not make my religion do the blood. No.
Iraq just lowered the age last year of marriage for women to 9 years old. Can you tell me why
they picked? Do you think they support the government in Iraq? And of course not.
I'm asking you, why do you think they picked that age?
I don't know.
You don't think it has anything to do with Islam at all?
That has nothing to do with Islam. That just has to do with government.
So the fact that he consummated the marriage with Aisha at 9, you think that's a big coincidence?
Okay, well, it's not. Well, it's just like, because she was 9 years old, she was past the age of maturity because she already hit puberty, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he believed that.
You believe that? You believe she was mature?
If you're past the age of maturity, you've already hit puberty, then you can get married.
Blaming the West for every failed society gets old fast. Countries rich in oil and history stay poor and chaotic, not because outsiders stole everything, but because deep internal systems crush ambition, punish curiosity, and keep people locked in old patterns. I'm tired of hearing endless victim narratives that ignore how certain rigid worldviews create their own misery decade after decade. Taking responsibility is painful, but it's the only path that actually fixes anything. What does it say when a faith claims perfection, yet needs constant excuses to explain why following it often leads to suffering in the real world?
You were mature at 9? Do you think you were mature at 9 years old?
No, but do you think every 9-year-old is mature? Every 9-year-old?
No 9-year-old is mature. Never, ever.
Do you think I support 9-year-olds getting married? Of course not. That's why I don't support
Prophet Muhammad married a 6-year-old and then had sex with her at 9.
That's not true, because
it is. It's Sahih al-Bukhari 513. Well, first off,
it doesn't even mention Aisha.
It doesn't really mention her much at all, but in Sahih al-Bukhari 5133, it's narrated by Aisha herself. She said, I was 6 years old when the yeah, go ahead, look it up.
Wait, can you say the verse again? Or
it's
surah?
Hadith. Yeah, it's Hadith. It's Sahih al-Bukhari 5133.
Wait, hold on. Sahih al-Bukhari?
Yeah.
Okay, 5133?
5133.
Okay.
Go ahead and read it out loud for the class.
Okay. That the Prophet ﷺ married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated. Yeah. Consummated? I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, consummated means sex.
Oh. Okay, consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old, and then she remained with him for 9 years. An example
until his death.
Yep. Okay, well, obviously I do not support children losing their virginities at such young ages, but like, I believe that times are different. I mean, he was alive during the year like 600 or something like that. So like, obviously it's different, because back then during the Adam and Eve's ages, they had to incest to reproduce. Obviously that's not normal, but they had to do that. So
is he the most perfect man to ever exist, or and
do you
ever
think
will
people
exist?
in 2026 are going to live like how it was back then in the year 600?
No,
Obviously
I don't.
not.
But the problem is that he's, and according to Islam, he's the most perfect man to ever exist and ever will exist. So why are you comparing him to people of the 600s? I guess that's when he lived.
Defending ancient practices by saying, Times were different reveals a massive crack. If the central example is supposed to be the greatest moral guide for all humanity across all centuries, then we shouldn't have to twist ourselves into knots to make it fit modern basic decency. Child marriage isn't a cultural quirk, it's a direct consequence of treating one man's life as flawless and timeless. I reject that completely. Protecting children should never take second place to tradition or religious loyalty. Societies that prioritize the young and vulnerable move forward. Those that don't stay trapped.
Okay, we're just believing that his ideologies are perfect. And everyone
like marrying a 6-year-old?
Okay, I don't believe
He was
that's an
51,
ideology.
by the way.
That's an action. That's an action. He chose to do that.
The Quran allows you to marry prepubescent girls.
But not everyone does that, though.
But
You
the
think I would do
Quran
that?
allows it. Well, no, you can't do it because it's only meant to women. Women aren't allowed to because
Well, I don't think
you don't have
should
as many
marry
rights.
minors.
You don't have as many rights because you're a woman. In Islam, you don't.
No, it has nothing to do with Islam. It's just culture.
In Surah 4, ayat 24, it specifically says that if a wife is disobedient, to abandon her in bed and smack her. Can a woman smack a man?
Let me see that again.
Yeah, it's
Say it again?
Surah, I believe it's 424. Let me see.
Surah and what?
Surah, yeah, 4. Oh no, it's
You have the
434. Yeah, I do.
No way, you're the Quran.
Yeah, I do. I read it
Okay,
twice.
Surah and what?
Surah 4. I actually, I like this girl. I feel bad for you, but I think you're actually really nice. 434.
Why do you feel bad for me?
I think you're a good person, and you don't
Thank you.
know. You don't know that Islam doesn't have the values.
I'm just
that
not
I think you
100%
have.
educated about it. I should educate myself. I want to finish the Quran one day. I'm just not 100% educated.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways,
I'm supposed to say it the way you said it last time. Inshallah. Surah 4. Surah 4, ayat 34.
Surah 4, ayat 34?
Yeah.
Okay.
This selective defense is really frustrating. We don't accept slavery or conquest apologetics from other histories, so why make exceptions here? Real moral progress means judging ideas by how they treat the weakest people today, not by what happened in 600 AD. Now notice what's happening next.
Okay, I can't read Arabic. I'm gonna read it in English. Do you have the
read
English
it in
Quran?
English. Yeah, mine's in English. I can't read Arabic either.
Okay. Men are the caretakers of women. Okay, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
So do I. So men are the characters of women, as men have been provisioned by Allah over women and tasked with supporting them financially. That's true. Yeah, that's a good thing to say. And righteous women are devoutly obedient and when alone protective of what Allah has entrusted them with. And if you sense ill conduct from your women, advise them first. If they persist, do not share their beds. But if they still persist, then discipline them gently. Doesn't say assault them.
What are you reading right now?
I'm reading in Surah An-Nisa 4.
What translation?
This,
So that's not what it originally says. In the Arabic, it says strike her. What do you?
It doesn't
go to
say
the-
strike her because it just says discipline her gently. It doesn't say assault her.
It doesn't say the gently. That is.
It does. It says that right
No,
here.
no, no. I believe that internet website says that. I believe you.
No, because
but
this is
that's not-
Quran.com. They wouldn't lie on Islam.
Right,
That's
but
pretty
go
disrespectful.
to the part where it says here. Let me show you.
Well, you have the actual Quran. I can get it. but
Right.
it's
Well, I'll go to
downstairs.
Quran.com. Same thing. Right. So you go to 4, and then we go to what was it? 34. So if you go to where is it? At the top. If you go, where is it? Right here at the top, there's a little button that says translation, right? And when you go to the
Wait, at the top?
translation,
Where do you see that?
if you scroll up to
Oh.
the top,
The rules around men and women expose another raw failure. When one side gets authority to discipline the other, and that power only flows one direction, you don't have harmony. You have built-in dominance. I believe in real equality. Same standards, same rights, same accountability. Anything less breeds resentment and slow oppression. Softening translations or calling it culture instead of doctrine doesn't erase the problem. It just shows people instinctively know these rules feel wrong in practice.
Let's translation because there's multiple. I'm doing Dr. Mustafa Khattab. Or
Right.
khatab.
Go to like just go to a different. Go to Sahih International. Why is it crashing? It's not working on me anymore. There we go.
Well, that's just different translations. I mean, different people interpret things differently.
Right, but that's the point. Is that's not the original. So like if you were to go to, let's see what Sahih International says, for example.
Oh, okay. Okay, I found it.
Yeah. So Sahih
It just says, in the name of
International.
Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. Wait, which surah was it?
434. So mine says Sahih International says, you know, forsake them in bed and strike them is what it says. See, it says it.
I don't see that here. I don't see that here. Do you see the one where it says men are the caretakers of women? Because I see that.
Yeah. So God damn this
I
fucking
can't
filter.
see it. It's just blurry.
Yeah, I know it's the filter. Okay, whatever. Anyways, point is that it definitely says strike them.
It doesn't say that though. I can't find it.
Does yours have brackets when it says gently? Does it have brackets?
Let me check. Yeah.
Okay, so those brackets means it was added in. That's not part of the original Quran.
Well, yeah, because the hadith is changed over time, kind of like how the Bible was changed over time.
The Quran should never be changed over time, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't
Exactly.
be, but these are hadiths.
That's not hadith. This is the Quran.
This is, oh, Quran, my bad, astaghfirullah.
Just imagine that. If the perfect example and core rules constantly need modern filters, edits, and excuses to not sound backward, maybe the issue isn't the modern world. Maybe the foundation itself needs serious rethinking. I feel for people caught in the middle, raised with strong identity and faith, but living in a freer, more open society. The mental tug of war is real. But wishing away contradictions doesn't make them disappear. Blaming America or the West for problems that existed long before modern interventions is comforting, yet it blocks real solutions.
But, well, it doesn't say strike. I don't see it. But if it did say that, that is extreme.
It does, and if you go to the Tafsir in Ibn Kathir, it specifically says that you shouldn't leave a mark on her face, right? And it shouldn't be...
Shouldn't or should?
Should not, right? Don't leave a mark on her face, but you should strike them. But my point that I was going to ask is, are women, or do you think, can a woman strike, even if it's gently, can she strike her husband if he's disobedient?
Well, does it say that in the Quran?
Right, so no. So why is it that men can do it, but women can't?
So men can, so it's saying that men can beat women or strike women, whatever, and then women can't
Correct.
due to men.
Correct.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
How about the
that's
adhan?
concept. I'm not gonna disrespect.
Sorry, I'm probably not saying it right, but the adhan, the call to prayer.
And then.
Oh, sorry. Adhan.
That's just how it's spelled. It's spelled like this, but like we just say it like that. Adhan.
Adhan. One day I'll learn Arabic. Maybe, I don't know. Are women allowed to do that?
To beat their wife or
No,
husband?
the adhan.
Oh no, because someone could be attracted to our voice, and we don't want people attracted to our voices.
Can
or
women
to
be
our,
attracted to men?
Anyone can be attracted to.
So why put the restriction on?
Some belief systems carry higher costs than others. When they resist criticism, shield outdated practices, and demand special treatment while offering less reciprocity, they create unnecessary friction in open societies. True strength comes from self-critique and reform, not defensiveness. The West's greatest gift is the freedom to question everything and improve. Importing ideas that treat that freedom as a threat risks losing what made these countries worth building in the first place. These conversations feel uncomfortable because they force choices. We can keep making excuses, or we can demand better for everyone. Let's choose what's better. Protecting liberty, equality, and human potential should never be negotiable, no matter whose feelings get hurt in the process. How did this exchange make you feel? We'd like to know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.